Okay, we got us a large abandoned building. Earl. What's Earl? Who is Earl? Why is Earl? How is Earl?
Not much piques my academic curiosity these days, but this facility certainly appears intriguing.
Yeah, the corpses definitely qualify, don't they? Alright, let's go have a look. Check the side buildings first, though. Uniform, grenades, nil of note. Any clues to what's going on in here? Not much. Alright, let's go see what's in the abandoned and hopefully not creepy lab. Protectorate goons. Okay, we are officially on hostile turf. Frost grenades. Huh. Could be worthwhile. Just wait for everybody to calm down now that the noise has stopped, and then we'll see what's going on down here.
Appreciate if you cleared out.
Oh yeah. Shush. Uh-huh.
Contact lost. They manufacture one. Giving chase. Forever vigilant.
Why is my ob skill going off?
What's your purpose here? Protectorate endures.
Careful.
Come upon
Ratcheting up my aggression. Back and scan.
You'd think the pile of corpses in the door would have tripped them off, wouldn't you? Okay, observation skills going crazy for some reason. In here, apparently, sealed door. Why is the ob skill going nuts? Alright, let's have a look at this terminal. Oh. Welcome, Science Supervisor A. Up to research logs. Okay, my work carries on. Right, determination. Focusing ether. So if you'll break the camera refracted, shift the Earl. They were trying to make a teleporter. Okay. No. They weren't trying to make a teleporter. They refracted the ether through a sample of Zeradium, and then in doing so, they created enough thrust to move the lab 2 meters west. Yikes. Great precautions are called for. In our attempt to create the perfect thruster, we crosslined scientific abomination. The new lensicles were too good. It ignited as plasma and was sent hurling across the lab. Poor Mittens went up in a flash of vapor. Yikes. Now that we know this line of sight can be naturally turned to weaponization, we must lock it away. Ooh. Plasma cannon. I presume Earl is experimental ether research laboratory. But we need to find a way of getting further into this place. I like the sound of plasma cannon. Alright. Nothing there. This way? Looted dry already. That door is inactive. Observation skill is going nuts at this precise point. Why is my observation skill telling me there's something I need to be paying attention to down here? Sealed door. Alright, Xyranium. Let's see what we can get by in terms of wiring. There we go. Yank, yank, yank. Okay, switches.
You telling me all those switches ain't just there for decoration? Ugh, we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, we have. So we need to activate. Notes. Notes, I hate to be bumped, so let's totally solve the bucket doors. The solution is to go through a maximum of 4 breakers. 4 should do the trick. Okay, so 4 steps. So we need to flip that one. That one. And that one should activate the door. Okay, good. We have the door. Ah, false door. That's what it was responding to. Pile of bits. I think we just raided their contingency fund. Lord help me, I trade another system of Rift Amplified Ether to Thompson, which means my total health is to 13. Triple Berry Imitation Berry Brew. Yikes. Turns out Order staff are remarkably open to bribery when it comes to highly addictive fruit concentrate. Well, that's unfortunate for him. Okay, heavy ammo. What is absolutely not blueprints for a plasma cannon, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Bang. I like the sound of this gun already. And a workbench, which I don't really need. But next concern is figuring out how to open this door. And possibly all the others. Oh, there's the gun itself, the Big Bang. Okay, let's see. Xyranium node on. Okay, we have wiring there. And, okay, so we need to exit out the bottom rather than the side. Okay, that's actually kind of simple to solve. This one flips off, that one flips on, and the door should now be powered. Okay.
If it's behind glass, it's valuable. I say we smash and grab.
Yeah, but if it's behind glass, it's probably ammunition, rift materials, never mind. It's also probably alarmed. Never mind, it's not. Yoink. Uh-oh. Okay. Hi.
Go for torpification.
Well, that was short, sweet, and highly violent.
Adversary, lay low, Commander. Medic's orders.
Great. Shield.
Practicing some battlefield medicine.
You do you.
Torpificator at ready. Yes, the weapon is very impressive. But do take a moment to admire its classic order industrial design.
I just use my standard guns, but never mind. Console. Researcher's logs. The ignorance of fear. Every great discovery kindles fear and skepticism. The sensible sure receives mental refreshment. Oh, so this was a protectorate lab then, before they split. Enhanced, stabilizing the gases. Now we are storing detailed instructions near the workstation we're using to generate testing materials. Okay, so we need to find the console near where they're generating test material. You know, let's give it a try. Where is it? The Big Bang. Yoink. Three shots. I have no idea what's going to happen when I pull the trigger on this thing. I suspect these poor saps were here just to demonstrate what happened when you pull the trigger on this thing. Oh hey, rift. Right.
And you could try to fashion some ammo out of that substance there. Just make sure you wash it.
Ah, rift residue, that's what's for. Enhanced rift particulates. Excellent. We can make the ammo. Over the past few days, it's been a rather peculiar observation. The rift residue has been found in some rather unusual places. Behind doors, around corners. We were all reminded of the old protection. Find and report the contraband. Absolutely. Be thorough and you'll find more residue than expected. In other words, look at everything. For the moment, though, stabilize. And residue. Yoink. There we go. Right.
Hostilities are afoot.
Oh, hi guys.
Looking pretty stiff.
Okay, so it's a rift gun. Right. Yikes. Okay. We found the
Got out
BFG.
alive, and with a weapon of apocalyptic proportions. All in all, a profitable day.
Oh, yeah. Apocalyptic's the word. Now, I wonder if that slope will lead us up towards the cogitation channel, which I remind you is why we came down here in the first place. Acquiring the BFG 23,000 was not in fact on the agenda. Oh. Random man store. Sneaky, sneaky.
Proceeding to attack.
No, you aren't. Yes, you are.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
That's nice. I am bleeding.
Looking a little woundy there, Commander.
Yep, but it's fine. They're dead and we aren't. Elevators. Oh, what's that in aid of? Architect's Verglass, more Protectorate goons. Random artistic smears. I didn't know the Protectorate went for art, but hey. Oh, it's the Glorious Dawn. Right. Not who I expected to find here, but hey. Let's not tell Aza about this.
The cultists have made camp over there. Sure would hate to interrupt their little blood sacrifice or what have you.
Yeah. Is there a cogitation chapel back here? That's the question.
The architect has honored us with this divine rift. In the name of the architect, we are tasked with defending this
I think we might have interrupted the sermon. Now, where do you think Baldy's gone? Okay, we're live.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Grab ready if you need a house call.
I think we're good. Alright, let's go have a look at this rift. Should be able to get something useful out of it. Whoop. And we've got... nothing. Entry to it, the rift is mesmerizing. I spent the entire day transfixed by it. Tonight, beyond, I shall embrace it. Yeah, they keep jumping into the rifts. I mean, self-disposing cults are undeniably useful. Adrenalized blood-soaked gothic helmet. Okay. Yoink. Done, 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 and done. Like I said, good thing Azza wasn't here, or this might have ended differently. Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's useful still to have a good supply of loot, but it gets me no closer to getting up the hill and onto that last chapel. At least I'm assuming that is where the last chapel is. We don't seem to have found it anywhere else, and the map is suggesting that that is... Yeah, in fact, you can see it from here. That is unquestionably a cogitation chapel. So how do we get up there? Questions, questions, questions. We've got an elevator terminal there, but no obvious method of getting back down. Or no obvious method of getting to the elevator either. Yoink. Yoink. Alright, let's head this way, see what we find. May just be a case of back the way we came. Or it may just be sudden and abrupt cliff and certain death. That is also a possibility. Damn it, we need to get up there. Okay, let's have another look at the sub-rosa area. That's the only place resembling civilization, and that elevator shaft has got to come out somewhere. Hi. We shoot on sight.
Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular.
Of course. What's sub-rosa doing in a war zone?
Making a profit. What else?
Of course.
War is very lucrative, especially when you can sell to both sides.
Of course. Fair enough. Let's see what you have in stock. More decrypt keys, reinforced barrels, little of interest. Rocket pistol. Okay. Seems a bit excessive, truth be told, but hey, give it a try. Couple more decrypt keys as well. And sell the junk. There we go. Can we get through here? Lockpicking 11, no. Let's... you know, let's just... Shush. Oh. Yoink.
I'll be putting the price on your head now. Thank you.
Okay, you're going to suffer pay bounty.
Very good. Our business is concluded.
Thank you. Okay, so not
Happy to help. Discreetly. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
not that good then. Right. Trespassing? Nope. Concussive mines, unlabeled sub-rosa keycard. Ooh, secret stash, eh? Vanguard Ghillie, Gothic armor. None of it particularly useful. Huh. Ooh, what's this? Inventory. Cloister south of the archive. Currently sold through 90% of inventory. Proper assessment tonight. Hot chocolate sold out first day. I almost wonder if there's a way to intensify the conflict. I'd rather you didn't, if you don't mind. Boop. But I'll take the tossable card and the mag pick. Cheers. What? They're crooks. They don't get to object to... Oh, wait, yes, they do get to object when I'm stealing from them. It's bad from business. Still no closer to finding out where this elevator is meant to come out. I am missing something incredibly, ridiculously obvious. Reputations. Okay, sub-rosa are neutral shading in not quite trusted. Okay. Oh no. Just about shading into neutral. Okay. Right. How in blazes do I get up there? Haven't seen another convenient cave, haven't seen an elevator terminus that could get me up there. Haven't found a way underneath the mountain. Unless it's here. That's quite a large building that I haven't explored yet. Right, map. Then that looks like part of the archive, which I don't want to be getting into just yet, because that's the main quest. Okay, bounce. 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 Or maybe not. Okay, turn... Right, so that large structure is the main archive. This one...
I'll handle this. Consider self-preservation a priority.
Yes, thank you. Inez.
Can you heal? Happy to help. Discreetly. Someone call for a medic.
Yeah. The minefield was an unexpected surprise. Technophobia. 20% damage taken to and from auto mechanicals. Reject that. They may be creepy, but that's only because they're based off spiders. It's not their fault. Mostly not their fault. Boom, right through the visor. Don't understand how we're meant to get there. Okay, so that looks like the approach to the archive all completely locked down. What am I missing? What am I missing? Not missing that wasp drone. Or that one. Bonk. Let's go have a look in here, see if this gives us any clues.
That'd be Spireton. Was once the Order's headquarters on Cloister. Afore all this.
Right. All this being, you know, secret invasions, civil war, etc., etc. Mag pick. No elevators. So, Spireton. The archive is something separate. Maybe there's a... Breaking into Spireton might be an option. Unless we need to find a way down and then up and round. Spireton might be what we're looking for, especially the maintenance levels. Although the place is locked down beyond belief in Protectorate territory at the moment, so... It should just be a... Once we get up there, it looks like it's just a simple jaunt across the snow, but... How do we get to that elevator? Red Bull gives you wings. Yeah, not that sort. Unfortunately. Unlock 11 Spartan access override card. Or level up and put a point into lockpicking, and that will let me bypass a number of rather awkward locks at the moment. Siege Brandy, ammo and Dinty, none of them had a key card on them. Unfortunate, but there you go. Bounce. Back door is not looking practical. Up and in. Back to the plasma pistol, I think. Sorry, biomass pistol. Still lockpicking 11.
Combatant observed.
Splutch. Nope, no luck there. Elevator. Yeah, it gives us a way in. Alright. Tippy toes, tippy toes. Nope, not a way up. That's another guard.
Reporting in so neighborly, suspicion rightly so.
Push. Okay, we'll just give you a quick spritz. The little roar, eh? Ah, mini rockets. Shiny new weapon. The situation was rapidly deteriorating as Auntie choice towards continue probing. I'm assuming this is part of the lot. Evacuate in short order. Exemplar Levolder. Okay, so they left at speed, and hooray, I can get lockpicking 11. Woo! That saves a lot of screwing around. Right, character, skills, lockpick 11. Thank you. Hack 11, and... yeah, we'll go with guns 11 as well. Yoink. Right, and now I don't need to worry about being nice to the bishop anymore. Sorry, the laureate anymore. I can just burgle the site at will. It's 11 lockpicking to get past without the laureate's keycard. So that saves me a lot of mucking about. Hi everybody, don't mind me, don't mind me. Right. Okay. Goggles on. And okay, we're not being observed. Yoink, 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 yoink. And we're in. We're also trespassing, but that's not the point. Right, acquire a sample. Any guards? No. Side room? Opportunities. All thoroughly locked down. Okay, let's have a look at this terminal then. Alright, flocculation system. Please select from the following options. Return to route, updated treatment schedule. Okay, so they go easy on the Saturday for some reason. Return to route, private observation logs. Right, bypass login credentials. That will leave the conversation, requires hacking skills. Exit. Right, let's grab sample for testing, input passcode, flocculation system access code. Thank you. Raw perspective has been collected. Return to route, private logs, bypass. Let's see what this gets us. Okay, scarcity concerns. Under the increased regime, subjects are experiencing more frequent breakthrough symptoms, entire study at risk if they can't get more drugs. Cycle more subjects out of the experiment and return to... Oh, so that's why they're not taking refugees. The water system wouldn't be able to keep up. Miscellaneous pond shipments, or leadership continues to confound. Untreated water to Belvedere Hall is a logistical headache. Raise concerns unable to acquire audience with presiding bishop. Ah. Right, lab eyewear. And, okay, we have the sample. Right, but liquid tracer. Okay, well, we're good here. Let's get back to Persephone.
Access is not granted. Off you go.
Thank you. Goodbye. We were leaving anyway. Interesting that they're not sending it to the leadership at Belvedere Hall.
I hope you have good news for me.
Right, here's the sample you asked for.
I knew I had the right person for the job.
Right, we're
You've
back
saved me quite
in
the headache.
nice with
Your
Sub-Rosa.
reward, as promised.
Right, also I need to retrieve data from a crashed satellite.
You did sharpen my pencil, so I suppose sharpening yours is only fair. I'll put in a word with my associates to pass along to whatever protectorate forces are on site to expect you. It's no guarantee, but at least they won't fire upon you on site.
Well, thank you.
In exchange for my help, however, I want you to bring the data back here so that I can make a copy of it. Before you hand it over to the Order, to be clear. Do we have an accord?
Very well. What are your plans for that data?
You've no doubt heard the phrase, knowledge is power. Sub-Rosa benefits from all the knowledge it can acquire.
She's on a fishing
I
trip.
can tell you no more than that.
Okay, I agree to your terms.
We do work well together, don't we? Return
yes,
here when you have
baby.
the data. I'll be waiting.
Aha. Okay. Delivers a real sample of the drug to Stephanie. Okay, so there might have been a option to quietly betray her and rig the sample somehow. No, I think we're good. Okay, so journal. Dealing with the sample, return to Paradise Island, locate the crashed satellite, and download the data. Works for me. I should also note that, to be utterly candid about this, it probably helps to keep Aunties, the Protectors, and Sub-Rosa in some kind of balance, just to make sure that all three of them are in a stalemate. So if and when the Authority does need to roll in, it can do so without any great problems. Alright, Paradise Island, here we come. Oop. And satellite crash. Right, just west from the bridge. Okay, fine by me. Take a left. Now some.
This is Protectorate
Yep.
territory, all right. Ain't looking to instigate anything, Commander. But if these bastards make any threat on my person, no promises.
Right.
Void-brained idiot.
Trooper
Get down
Gary.
below and stop doing stupid shit. Get away from there.
Quit your worrying.
He's
Ain't
dead.
nothing gonna happen.
Oh yeah, he got splinched.
Damn. He's just...
Yeah, let's see if we can get him back.
Not again. Wait, are your lamps busted? Don't go near it.
Oh, hi, Gary. Ah. Oh, and his tossable card. Oh, and some refresh tube. No. Well, we got Gary. I don't think I'm going to be wearing that anytime soon. Now let's go find this crashed satellite. North and then a left. Bounce. There we go. Alright. Into the trenches and try not to step on another landmine. Hey guys, yo. Okay, nope, they're not here to kill me on the spot. Well, hey.
What fortune! Our technician manifests at last.
Hi.
You match the description of the technician we have been vigilantly awaiting, but as they say, assumptions made are mistakes readied. Present yourself, so that I may take the measure of you.
Okay. No time. If I don't get to work, the whole reticulum could corrupt and dismantle.
What? Spare me your technical argot and hop to it then.
Thank you. Alright, what do we got? Retrieve data. Yoink. And we'll let Stephanie make a copy of it first. So that was nice and simple. Thank you very much, Cadet Warden. So glad the Protectorate and Sub Rosa have that little understanding. Alright, back to the Incognito, then back to Cloister, then back to Laplace's Garden, and then see where things go from there. Do we even know what's in this data? Having a quick peek first seems like a good idea. I mean, we didn't know it was on the satellite, and she probably didn't either. I'm guessing... Oh, who put the planetarium in? Very nice. Yoink, satellite data. Recovered satellite data, the crashed Hyperion Reticulum satellite. Translation, nobody knows, right? No harm in letting Sub Rosa have a copy of it then. Knowledge wants to be free after all. Hi.
People are gonna start to talk.
Probably. But we have your satellite data.
Aren't you reliable? I just need one moment to copy the data. There, all done. Thank you ever so much. Was there anything else you wish to discuss?
Required info not found. Okay, that's all. Just a few questions.
No need to wait for permission. Ask them.
Is there any party that cares about the outcome of this experiment?
I think he feels a little tingly. All jesting aside,
No.
I learned it's best not to exceed a moderate amount of caring when it comes to the actions of others. You'll only be disappointed.
Uh-huh. And working for Sub
I
Rosa?
was assigned to the Order as a girl, but never really found my footing there. Too unfocused, they said. A distraction to others. Then the schism happened and everything went topsy-turvy. In all the chaos, an agent from Sub Rosa made contact. She made me an offer, and I liked how the math worked out. If I had to theorize, Sub Rosa must have seen me as their in to the Order. And through them, I saw an eventual way out.
Okay.
No, I'm actually nearing the end of my shift. If you're amenable to continuing our chat somewhere more private, I think we could both benefit. Right this way.
Uh-huh. And right, she's staying where she is. Whoops. Right, let's go deliver this data. One reticulum satellite.
Look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now,
Okay.
how might we be of use to one another?
Here's your data.
Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please.
Of course not.
Here's something to keep you quiet.
Nothing quite so exciting as reclaiming deferred academia, eh?
Not by a factor of thousands. You'll have to tell me about your scholastic experiences someday, colleague. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell.
Thank you.
I'm sure I don't need to say this, but if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
Yes, ma'am. Right, we are making progress. Speak with the presiding bishop. Yeesh. Hi. Coming through. Okay.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were.
Stasis chamber?
Now, with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
Mm-hmm. You're doubting my loyalty? I'm not the one who helped DeVries blow up Horizon Point.
As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to perpetrate that heresy. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid fouling their predictions and my interference. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now.
For all the good it did. Okay, I'm glad to hear it.
Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
Right. Quite the entrance. What's that machine you were in?
My sensory deprivation chamber.
Ah.
I spend the majority of my days closed inside the silence, dulling myself against the tedious excesses of the body and mind.
Sounds like a torture device.
To a hedonistic sensate, perhaps. I would have expected you to have a more acute understanding of personal sacrifice. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
Anyone else, it would have done the same.
If your actions were so easily imitable, then we would not be speaking right now. Accept the credit. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo.
Yep.
She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot.
I was, yeah. That's correct. Is this something you'd be open to?
I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility?
Simply put, we got the troops, the firepower, and the know-how to beat the Protectorate. Respectfully, I think we both know that your forces can't do that on their own.
Military support loses its usefulness quickly in times of peace. It is that which gives me pause, among other concerns.
Okay, wise enough to see the potential benefits here. Right, let's go for flattery.
Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to mediate.
Hooray!
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Okay, fine. So, you don't think much of the previous... Sorry, you don't think much of the current presiding bishop. Fair enough. Enhancers, force multipliers... shooting her in the head's probably a bad idea. Right. Let's talk with the Vicar Laureate.
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the universe.
I'm sorry, I am an agent of chaos, but that's besides the point. Right. We are sorted. Right. Back to the incognito and then back to the undisputed claim. Let's get this conference going. How bad could it be? No, really. How much of a diplomatic disaster could this turn into? Well, both the delegates are on board. We just need to persuade everybody. Maybe lean on Auntie a bit. Now that we know that she's really Felicity. Yoink. To the undisputed claim. Says something about the bishop that she's willing to meet on what is Auntie's territory. Okay. I would have insisted on a neutral venue, but there isn't really one, is there? Right, dump that, bring Niles. Actually, no. Marisol is ex-order, so one Auntie's rep, one order rep. Go from there. Okay. Region. Where are we heading? An equitable arrangement. Head office tower, of course.
Tramicular.
Good. An equitable arrangement. There we go. Oh, elevator again by the look of it. Okay. Secure telecommunications. Right, there we go.
Look who it is, the instigator of this.
So they're not physically present.
Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Right, I see now why a neutral third party was needed here.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
I've never failed anything except physical education. Damn that rope climb.
Auntie, perhaps you should start us off.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Okay. Well, the way I'd like to see this ended, honestly, is that Auntie's gets the cores, the Order gets the archive, and nobody gets the rifts. The most important thing to decide is who gets control over the archive.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
All right. How about the Order gets the archive, but directs some power to an ad campaign?
I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
All right. If Auntie pays the Order for access, that income could fund more science. Speech 20, holy hell. Yeah. If Auntie pays the Order for access, that income could fund more scientific research.
No one said anything about paying, but... It would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Exactly.
Involving money in science seems questionable. But having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Okay. Speech 14, Science 14. I disagree. Auntie's choice should oversee production.
Exactly right.
I will want to run some calculations to be sure, but I'm willing to concede on this point for now.
Thank you.
There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished.
Nobody. We destroy
the
it.
science is still largely theoretical. This technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner.
Crazy idea, but maybe they can share the tech.
A 50-50 split? But that's so... equal.
Better than a poke in the eye.
A poke in the eye would cost me less overhead.
Oops.
If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice.
That doesn't sound too difficult. Auntie, can you help with that?
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
But it's Auntie's business now. You two are working together. Yeah.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals.
And when Auntie thinks it's dangerous, oh boy.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I?
Nope.
While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
Okay, you seem nervous. Is there something more to this drug you're not telling us?
Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
Okay.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example.
Right. What are the define personality change?
There is a strong likelihood that it will short-circuit my limbic system, eradicating my ability to experience emotion.
Ah.
Oh, so you'll be even more of a bore. Ooh, doesn't sound like you'll be much fun at our future board meetings.
Only a child uses fun as a metric of any significance.
What are the chances that this turns out successful?
That math is confidential, but I have enough reason to believe the outcome will be favorable.
Well, it's your decision. If you're prepared to pay the cost, who am I to object?
I did not anticipate needing to fight for my own physical autonomy, but thank you for respecting my choice.
Oh, how it's delightful to me to see you squirm. All right. I'll get you your weird chemicals. I'll even provide you our corporate discount, practically wholesale. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward.
I'm just happy you two were able to reach agreement at all.
As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider.
We'll of course provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Doodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place.
I was just going to break in and wing it.
I have already given this some thought.
I have a funny feeling I'm not going to like this plan much, but go ahead.
First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the Archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton.
The one that's severed by a rift.
I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge.
Can deal with that. Good news, I am in possession of a device to temporarily close this rift.
Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan.
Perhaps. So, retake Spireton, infiltrate the Archive, unlock the lift.
There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
In exchange for my help, I want to use the archive to analyze some Rift data I have.
Rift data? And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask?
Not easily. I tracked down a former colleague who did not part happily with it.
It troubles you. What you had to do to get this data.
Well, I wanted to resolve peacefully, but she forced my hand.
It must have been a difficult choice. But difficulty is not a metric useful in judging a decision as right or wrong. Something hard is only hard. Time determines the rest. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
That was some damn fine intermediation, Commander. You might just have a future in finance. You know, after Auntie and the Order trounce the Protectorate.
Yep. Alright, let's go see Auntie. And then let's go hit the archive. Authorized personages only. There we go. And don't pull out the BFG. That would be bad. Right, Space's choice. Auntie's choice.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Oh, hello, Auntie.
There you are, our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places.
You seem,
much put off by my appearance.
Yes.
Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect. It's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations?
None whatsoever. Once you've seen one disembodied head, you've seen them all. And how are you alive right now? What happened?
Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures.
Lucky you.
As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Let me guess. You want me to go harvest you a new body?
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? That's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad.
Why in Lord's name would you steal a new body? There are corpses everywhere.
Oh, no need to be dramatic. Here, I'll put on my pleasant, kindly adjacent smile for you. Now, will you help acquire this new
Wrong
body
choice.
for me, or won't you?
Yes. Why in Lord's name would you have me steal a new body? There are corpses everywhere.
The body I want isn't just some simple yet stylistically sutured together amalgamation of corpses to bolt my head atop.
Of course not.
Not this time, at any rate.
Oh, you tried that, did you?
To find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor.
Oh, the one the last sovereign was trying to get his brain mounted into.
Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
Okay. How do I make that happen?
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Okay.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Okay, that was unexpected. So, the presiding bishop wants to turn herself into an emotionless cyborg, and Auntie Cleo wants to turn herself into a rather emotional cyborg. They sound like they deserve each other. She does want to be the Borg Queen after all. Yes, she does. Alright, the following procedures must be followed. One, the proportion of nutrients to formaldehyde needs to be inverted and doubled. Avoid rupture or explosion of Auntie's head. Then increase chemical supply beyond safety limits. 20 minutes must be mounted securely on the mannequin. We do not want a repeat of Auntie's head becoming dislodged and bouncing on the floor. Not following these instructions will be considered an attempt on Auntie's life, because that's exactly what it would be. Right. Okay, that was unexpected. Right, looks like we're heading back to Praetor. The Valley around Esplanade. And then we should be able to fast travel back to the Incognito. Then it's a quick hop to Praetor, and I've already cleaned the automech factory out, so that shouldn't be an issue. Yoink. Auntie is a severed head. Alright. Going up. Praetor. Industrial accident, apparently. I'm assuming that there was either an explosion or heavy machinery involved. Yoink. Okay, automech production facility, let's go. Journal, the mechanical matriarch. Right, what's the hidden entrance below the facility? Which they stuffed in the closet, so we'll check the office first. Or not. The waypoint just resolved itself. What do you know? It is this closet. Yoink. You know, I should probably have spotted the blank wall and the scrapes on the floor the last 3 times I was here. Boop. Okay. And we're on sneaky time. This place should be abandoned, but there's always the possibility of, wait, why did this place get trashed? Didn't they install this last sovereign into this body? Didn't he go slightly crazy? Okay, let's have a stoosh round, see if there's anything to work with. Loot is welcome. That sounded unhappy. Very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. Oh, hey. Dragoon Automech. Okay, Skulkin, let's see what we've got. Well, that looks like where they stashed it. Now, how do we get this out without the place coming down round our ears? Experiment 1. Decapitation of the first volunteer was a success. Body rejected the organ. Second volunteer put up the fight. Brain was damaged. Keep the volunteers isolated from each other. Remains cremated. Body awakened. Pulled my assistant's heart out of his chest. Remains cremated. We exhausted our stable volunteers from the prison population. First batch of subject volunteers seem eager to learn how they can help the sovereign. Remains create strike that mistakenly typed force of habit. Death of the sovereign has indefinitely delayed any R&D concerning the body. Okay. Sovereign's prosthetical automechanical life support system. Yoink! Good news, we got it. Apparently it was that simple.
Investigating hostile intentions.
Anyone else? The good news is that having hit level 30, the profligate spender law has actually just paid out, so I'm no longer affected by it. Excuse me. All right, level up. Medical, engineering, sneak, points assigned, perks assigned. What else could we go for? Grim visage. Or kill will cause human and creatures to panic. Bribes are now cheaper. Walking over traps and mines will never set them off. Walking rather than running, please note. Ooh. Bonus sneak attack damage might be handy. Passively jam auto mechanicals. Huh. That might be worth going for. Also, any no longer receives items saying. Okay, let's go with that. Ziranium absorption, just to help mitigate any more awkward incidents with running into the green gold poison stuff. Alright, we have the body. Let's get back to the Auntie's choice. I don't ask, Legolas, don't ask. Are there respawns in this game? No. Thankfully. Once the location's cleaned out, it stays cleaned out for the most part. At least I haven't found anywhere that didn't behave. But there's probably going to be an unpleasant surprise somewhere. Hey, Penguin. Welcome, welcome. Although you've been here for a while, actually, so apologies for that. Alright, back to Auntie. We have your new body. Do I need to tell you the bit about where the first person they successfully put into it woke up homicidally violent and ripped an assistant's heart out of their chair? You know what? Never mind. We'll just have one of the vice presidents wake her up instead. It's going to be much simpler. Right, to the... Wait, no, not the back deck storage. I need to get to the executive tower and Auntie's office. Sorry about that, gentlemen. I'll be with you in a moment. Yoink. Fair enough, but even so. Okay.
Commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon.
Yoink, yoink. Auntie's option. This is the elevator song. Right. We have your mech.
You're back. Finally. Finally. Do you have it? Did you bring it here?
We did, and we did. One prototype mech as requested.
Splendid. Splendid. We'll ensure your reward matches the ample amount of faith I've placed in you. Nay, exceeds it. No additional hidden clauses. Honest.
Of course.
Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
Of course.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share?
Observation 14. You look ruthless, effectual, and more than a little terrifying.
Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion.
Lucky you.
So much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further.
Well, Auntie's happy. Anything else to cover on that point? Nope, we're done. So, we are pretty much set to hit the archive. Right, and I think, yeah, this can't possibly backfire. I wonder what was going on with that observation 14. Possibly noting that there was something slightly off with the body. But heck, it's not my problem, it's Auntie's. Literally. Alright. So... Yoink.
In product development. Remember, Elise, when you told colleagues...
Okay. Companions. Oh yes, final abilities for the companions. Activating it is immediately clears toxicity and crash. Automatically causes the party to regenerate. Also applies the drugs bonuses to the entire party. Yeah, let's go with that one for her. And Marisol emits energy to all allies. Confuses all enemies. Okay, let's go with that one. Done, done, and done. Right.
Drinks at the bottom.
We are good. So, next order of business is going to be back to Cloister, take Spireton, and then on to the Archive, and that will be for next time. Along with, quite distinctly, the possibility of either Ruth or Cleo going full Borg and trying to assimilate the entire party. Absolutely, that's a possibility. Maybe, perhaps, we'll see. Either way, we'll come back to this tomorrow, I think, or next time if you're watching on YouTube. Have a good night, one and all, and cheerio.